The cursor is sitting on a field that says contribution percentage. You are 25. The laptop is open on a scratched IKEA desk in an apartment that smells like fresh paint and someone else's cooking. HR sent the enrollment form on a Monday. You have until Friday. The default is 3%. You leave it. Across the city, someone your age, same job title, same $52,400 salary, same direct deposit hitting the same day, changes that number. Not to 5, not to 10, to $23,000, the IRS maximum. What happens next does not happen dramatically. It happens in the space between two numbers on a form nobody frames and hangs on a wall. Your take-home pay stays comfortable. Theirs drops by $1,533 a month. You feel nothing change. They feel everything tighten. The rent is the same. The grocery store is the same. The Thursday night bar tab is the same. But their budget now has no room in it. Yours does. That is the first place something goes quietly wrong. Not in the account, not in the market, in the permission you just gave yourself to stay comfortable. Two people, one paycheck size, one field on a form. Friday comes. The window closes. Neither of you thinks about it again. You are 28 and you book a flight to Lisbon on a Wednesday afternoon. It costs $1,340 and you do not hesitate. The money is there. Your 401k sits at $41,700. That feels like a real number. It feels like proof. What you do not see is the other account. Same age, same year. $194,000. You are not behind because you spent $1,340 on a flight. You are behind because comfort does not announce itself. It just becomes the baseline. The decade between 25 and 35 does not feel like a financial decade. It feels like your actual life starting. A used Subaru with a crack in the dashboard at 26. A better apartment at 27. Lisbon at 28. Each one reasonable. Each one funded. The compression is not happening in your bank account. It is happening in your thinking. You are learning, slowly and without knowing it, that money is for the distance between wanting something and having it. The other person learned something different. They learned that money is already somewhere. It is just not accessible yet. At 35, your 401k is $41,700. Theirs is $319,000. The Subaru has 90,000 miles on it now. The crack in the dashboard is longer. You have been meaning to get that fixed. The raise hits at 34. $71,200 a year. You feel it immediately. Not in a spreadsheet, in a showroom. The salesman's name is Derek, and he smells like coffee and new upholstery. You lease a car you could not have justified 2 years ago. $489 a month. It feels proportionate. The wedding is that same year. Venue deposit, catering, a photographer named Sloan who costs $4,800 alone. Final bill, $31,000. You put $11,000 on a card. The other person gets the same raise. They increase their 401k contribution by $2,400 a year. Nobody throws them a party for this. The apartment stays the same. The car stays the same. The spending is not from desire, it is from floor. You did not decide to spend more when you earned more. You simply had no reason not to. Every previous year had trained you that available money is spendable money. That training does not pause when the number gets bigger. It accelerates. At 35, your 401k is $67,000. There is $11,000 on a credit card at 22.99%. The car lease has 41 months remaining. The other account is $319,000 and climbing without drama. You are not in crisis. That is the problem. Crisis would have made you stop. You are 44 and you open a brokerage account on a Sunday night. The interface is clean and blue and it asks how much you want to deposit to get started. You type $200. You feel like you are finally doing something. The credit card from the wedding is gone now. Took 4 years. The house came at 39. $47,000 down, scraped from a savings account that took 6 years to build. The mortgage is $2,314 a month. The second car is $388. The kids' school is $940 a month because the public option had a wait list. You are not drowning. You are managing. Managing is its own kind of current. It pulls without announcing itself. The other person's 401k crosses $1 million on a Tuesday in March. They are 47. No notification arrives. The number simply becomes true while they are eating lunch at a table near a window. You do not fall behind dramatically. You fall behind incrementally. A year of catching up on the card. A year of saving for the down payment. A year of absorbing the mortgage. Each year logical. Each year necessary. Each year not compounding. Your 401k at 47 is $213,000. Theirs is $1,104,000. The brokerage account has $4,300 in it. Still clean, still blue. You have not deposited anything new in 7 months. The financial advisor's office has a rubber plant in the corner that looks like it has never been watered. You are 58. His name is Gerald, and he has a yellow legal pad, and he writes your number on it without reacting. $311,000. He does not look up immediately. That pause is its own kind of answer. Gerald explains that if you retire at 62 and live to 87, you have 25 years to fund. $311,000 across 25 years is $12,440 a year before taxes, before healthcare, before anything breaks. You ask about Social Security. He adds $1,790 a month. You do the math before he finishes the sentence. The other person does not have this meeting. They have a different conversation. It happens at a kitchen table, not an office. No legal pad, no rubber plant. Their 401k is $2,847,000. The conversation they are having is not about survival. It is about architecture. What to give, what to keep, what to leave. The retirement conversation is not about age. It is about what the decades before it were allowed to do. You were not careless. You were not reckless. You bought the things you could afford when you could afford them. The life you built just did not have a compounding engine running underneath it. Theirs did. Gerald turns the legal pad toward you. The number looks smaller on paper than it did in your head. You were expecting that. You were not expecting how much smaller. The cursor is sitting on a field that says contribution percentage. You are 25. The laptop is open on a scratched IKEA desk. The apartment smells like fresh paint and someone else is cooking. This is the same moment. What is different is what you now know is on the other side of it. Not drama, not sacrifice, not a version of yourself that suffers more. Just a number. Typed once, on an unremarkable Tuesday. The difference between $311,000 and $2,847,000 was not built from discipline. Not from income, from inertia. The default was 3%. One person left it, one person changed it. Neither of them felt the weight of that moment when it happened. That is the thing about the moments that restructure your life. They do not feel like moments. They feel like form fields. They feel like a Monday email you will deal with before Friday. The desk still has the scratch across the left corner where the Allen wrench slipped during assembly. Outside, the city is making its ordinary sounds. A door, a bus, someone's music through a wall. The cursor has not moved. The field still says 3%. The desk does not know what you are about to do. It never did.